A lot of people turn to disordered eating because it seems like the best way to deal with a problem, because it helps you avoid uncomfortable situations. And don't feel badly. I totally understand. You see, I've experienced that too. So it seems like a solution until it becomes its own problem, and then you feel like it's controlling you. I bet you've already been to see a lot of experts because you're ready for change. You might be seeing your doctor weekly for weight checks and vitals. You might be seeing your therapist twice weekly to talk about the past and ways to navigate the challenges you're facing. Your dietitian has given you a meal plan to follow, insists you share meals of her choosing. And yes, your intentions are to show up, speak your truth, and follow the recommendations. But you're being told what you need to weigh, what you need to think and process, and what you need to eat. You're scared. Maybe you're being weighed without you being told what your weight is. How disempowering is that? You're uncomfortable with the food plan. Your stomach hurts from the food. That certainly is anxiety provoking. And while your therapist addresses the anxiety and your dietitian believes you need to expose yourself to all foods to prove your commitment to recovery, you believe that once you fix your relationship with food, life will be wonderful. But deep down, you question that's likely not going to happen with your current approach. Am I right? Well, I have a different approach. I believe that your challenges with food go way behind the food aspect. They are much more complicated, rooted in your story, your biology, and your gut. If you're like most of my clients, your relationship with food and your body developed as a means to numb, distract, and avoid some deep-seated truths. Your difficulty with facing these truths stem from an inability or maybe an unwillingness to sit in the discomfort of the story. Your biology is another contributing factor in that the stress imposed on your body as a result of your story and behaviors with food and your body impacts your inflammatory responses, your hormones, your thinking, and your mood. Your gut sends messages to your brain, so the disruption to the gut as a result of your restricting, binging, and/or purging could very well be feeding your anxiety. Additionally, this gut dysfunction affects how well you're breaking down, absorbing, and metabolizing whatever nutrition you're taking in. Bottom line is that physiology impacts psychology, and psychology impacts physiology. My approach, developed from my experience with recovery and my 25 years of clinical practice, is about empowering you to transform your relationship to yourself and your life, for that relationship is reflected in your relationship to everything else. I want you to know that there is no lasting recovery without empowerment. You become empowered in the choices you make for your life when you partner with a practitioner who treats you rather than treating your symptoms. You become empowered when you dissect the feelings and story that cause pain, letting go of what's no longer serving you. You become empowered when you learn that the discomfort in your body is triggered by physiology, and that those symptoms can affect your mental wellness. But we can change that. It's not all in your head. Empowerment allows for you to be recovered instead of just doing recovery. Chances are you are here because you've come to realize nutrition and talk therapy simply aren't enough. A functional approach is heart-centered and soul-centered. It calls on mind-body medicine, positive psychology, and healing modalities that create energy and light. In that space, you no longer need to be the smallest person in the room or constantly obsess over what you've eaten or what you're going to eat. In that space, you feel expansive and desire a larger presence on this blessed earth. Your eating disorder was not a choice. It was the best you could do at the time, and now you can choose recovery. Full recovery can be your reality, just like it is for me. If this resonates, I encourage you to go deeper with my free video series where I dive deep into this philosophy and practice. Simply click the button below to register.